Hello everyone, it's Charlton. Please subscribe to my channel, tap the notification bell, like this video. That helps me to keep making videos. I'd appreciate it majorly. They've identified the suspected gunman in the Dayton bar shooting that happened overnight or at 1 in the morning where 9 people were killed. The gunman himself was killed. This is the only picture that I've seen of him out there. His name is Connor Betts. He's 24 years old. He's from uh, Bell something, Ohio. Sorry, shoot. I assume that's near Dayton. Bellbrook, Ohio. So, but they have identified him. Like I said, that I was trying to find him on Facebook. I did not find him, and there's some other Connor Betts in Ohio that I was glad that I didn't, show the wrong person. Obviously, this I believe is his. It's his LinkedIn page. Seems to be the only social media of the individual. This is cited over at heavy.com. It says at his LinkedIn page that he describes himself as described himself as extensive customer service experience, good under pressure, fast learner, eager to overachieve, and that's exactly what it says. This is from Bellevue, Ohio. It doesn't have a picture of him there. I don't know where they got this picture here, of him. And actually, I don't know, and I was just kind of showing this to my wife. She kind of says it does, but because there's a picture on Twitter of, I believe to be the suspected gunman shot dead with a police, with police guarding the body as the scene's unfolding. There's just one picture. I'll show you. It doesn't show the actual body. Let me make this bigger so you can. But it won't matter. I'm just trying to give you some context because I'm not going to show the actual body there. I mean, at the bottom of the screen, you can see a portion of it. But I don't know. To me, it didn't look like that dude. It just looked like somebody because he kind of seemed a little bit more fit. The dude in the picture who's face down and is handcuffed. He's got to be dead, but they handcuffed him probably before they check his vital signs, whatever. He's very chubby, sort of not super fat, but he's just chubby and heavy set. And this individual just didn't seem that way. But whatever. I'm sure this is him. This picture circulated. And this is over at 10 WBNS, what's that, CBS. So, and CBS actually is the news outlet, the national news outlet that identified him first, which I believe is here. It is. Law enforcement sources told CBS News the shooter was identified as 25-year-old Connor Betts of Bellbrook, Ohio. Don't exactly, that sounds familiar, but I don't, like I said, I grew up in Ohio. I don't know how close that is to Dayton. I assume it's pretty close. It is. It's right outside of it. It looks like about 10 miles or so. Outside of Dayton. And several people are wondering if this individual, saw what happened in El Paso, Texas, and then this was just a reaction to that. In fact, on Twitter, because of that picture of the suspected gunman, I believe that is, and that's actually the doorway. You're looking out the doorway of the establishment. I don't know if that's Ned Peppers in this photograph here. But that's if I blew it up, you would see the doorway and the individual, laying right in front of a establishment. I don't know if that's Ned Peppers or not. Maybe because supposedly he did all the shooting out in front of the restaurant bar. Ned Peppers. That's described as a Westernish style bar. I don't know if he was making his way to the doorway as he was shooting. And according to reports, he was literally stopped in less than a minute because officers were right there in the vicinity. I played the audio of another video that basically you could hear, many gunshots. He had a .223 caliber sort of AR style rifle, high capacity magazines, and I think more ammunition on him. I don't know if he had a backpack or what. But I don't know if he was making his way to the front doorway there when he was taken down. That's possible. Or if that's a different doorway, if that's actually not Ned Pepper's that you're sort of looking at. So I guess that's the employee of Ned Pepper's that took that photograph, if in fact that is the gunman. And I'm almost certain it is, because you can see that he's handcuffed and he's face down and he's dead, you know. So but yeah, that's all we know so far about the identity of the gunman. But what I was saying is that they were wondering in that, and it just came to me, is in that picture, somebody was saying, because I think the shooter in El Paso wore a black shirt and sort of cargo shorts, if like this was some kind of coordinated thing. I seriously doubt that. But whether or not this was in reaction to, you know, that this person saw what happened in El Paso, which was only 13 hours before, you know, and basically it, whatever word you want to choose, got him, made him brave enough now to do it, or inspired him to do it, to do something like this. You know, I think that's people. I think the FBI are literally looking at that. One of the analysts or one of the reporters on CNN said that they are. You know, so. All right, well, that's pretty much the story there. There's still just not a ton of information on the shooter, and it doesn't seem as though, well, there you go. There's photos of the individual right there. So, Connor Betts was named by CBS News as the active shooter wearing body armor and a mask, who took the lives of at least nine people, wounding many more. 27 were injured. Many of those were shot, I believe, and we don't know the conditions of those. I think some, or at least one, was in critical condition. But I would expect, I don't know. I mean, that's a lot more injured, and I believe many of them were, in fact, shot. I believe the street was heavily populated when he opened fire. In a popular bar and restaurant district in Dayton, Ohio, CBS News attributed the name to law enforcement sources and said Betts is 24, from Bellbrook, Ohio. According to the network, police were searching his house. On LinkedIn, the suspect has described himself as extensive customer service experience, good under pressure, fast learner, eager to overachieve. Assistant Police Chief Matt Carper said in a press conference that just after 1 a.m., there was an active shooter situation in the Oregon district. We had one shooter that we are aware of, and multiple victims right now. The shooter is deceased from gunshot wounds from the responding officers. We have nine victims deceased in addition to that. All right, well, there is a couple of better pictures without the sunglasses. And that's the story there for now. Scanner audio and multiple Twitter reports indicated the shooting was focused around Ned Pepper's, and the Ned Pepper's website described it as a traditional, Westernish themed bar located right in the heart of the Oregon District in Dayton, Ohio. Ned Pepper's wrote on Facebook, "All of our staff is safe, and our hearts go out to everyone involved as we gather information." There's another picture of him. Okay. Police were still investigating the motive of Connor Betts, who wrote on LinkedIn that he worked at a chain restaurant. Assistant Chief said police are working to identify the suspect to see what possible motivation might have been. The suspect was firing a long gun with multiple rounds at the victims. The Dayton Daily News reports that eyewitnesses to the attack say that the gunman had been refused entry to the bar. Those rumors have not been confirmed. Officials have not said what they believe the motive for the shooting is. According to a LinkedIn page, his name, Connor Betts, was a crew member at Chipotle in Centerville, Ohio. I was their go-to guy for anything that needed done. Changing lights, painting the walls, covering shifts. Beyond that, I worked the weekend shift for 3 years. So that's taking that from his LinkedIn page. The accused gunman, who wrote that he was a psychology student, used a high-capacity magazine rifle. LinkedIn page identifies Betts as a psychology student at St. Sinclair Community College, that's correct, student at Sinclair Community College. Hospital has released 16 victims. goes into the wounded from the night from last night. We have one with a head wound. An officer said at another point on the scanner, we just need all the medics. We need the first medics and Ned Peppers right now. We've got several down, an officer said. Shooter is down. There was an active shooter in the bar I was in tonight. I am told that he had an AR-15. A friend and I are okay. I am incredibly heartbroken for those affected by this. All right, well, that's the story there, man. That's the identity of the gunman and his picture and a little bit about him. What his motives are, I don't know. You know, it's almost, I wonder if he took down or Facebook took down his Facebook pages. You know, it's very possible. I mean, they seem to be reacting very quickly. They did in the El Paso shooting beforehand, and there might have been more information in terms of his motive there. And yeah, that's the story there. All right, thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. I'll see you in the next video. Later, man.